I experienced tragedy. In the face of that tragedy, I struggled. And then I eventually, pulled myself up through the support of a person I never thought I would get in my life, a stepmother. I was born in Michigan, and 13 months later, my mother had another baby. When I was 7 and she was 6, our mother died in a car accident. And my father quickly thereafter, in like a 2-week period, revealed to us we had another sister living in town. And my mother, deceased, had not wanted us to have a relationship with this other family. My father had conceived this daughter when he was just out of high school, and his then girlfriend was still in high school. And he had given up all rights to the child. So at this point, with my mother now deceased, he quickly reintegrated this daughter into our family, and then started dating her mother again. That woman also passed away prematurely. And so there was a lot of family tumult in that time period. And my father eventually remarried some years later, my stepmother, and I got a stepsister in the mix. I think my stepmother made a very concerted effort to mother us. She felt like she was adopting two abandoned girls. And I think at first it was, as you would imagine, it was very difficult to receive that love. The trauma of our mother's death was still very fresh. And it drove me to a place of rebellion, as you would naturally expect. And I think like a challenged adolescence. And it really wasn't until well after, let's call it about 10 to 15 years after some of this trauma, that I started to create a language and a mental model around it. And I saw what my stepmother had been intentionally trying to do with us. And I was able to really lean into that relationship and build a friendship on top of what had already been like the semblance of a parent relationship. And I think it's because probably there's a love that she brings to the relationship with us that I think is truly pure. Like, her intentions are very good. And whether I believe this or not is neither here nor there, but she's had dreams where my mother has visited in the dreams and said, like, you are here to shepherd these girls. Like, you're here to help these girls. And she's sort of, we're not a religious family, but I do think to a certain degree, she sees it as like a divine mandate to be good in this space and to really lean in. And like, I must have had an innate sense of this. And in fact, if she were here right now, she would probably say, yes, I think you did know that I was there for good, for loves. And so she and I are very connected around those things. I mean, she's as close as a human can be to me. Yeah. I got a second mother. That's the way I see it. Like, for God's sakes, like, life's not easy, but holy shit, was I dealt a pretty good hand to end up with a person in my life that I can use. I no longer have living biological parents. Right. But my stepmother, it doesn't feel that way to me. Like, I say it because I'm like, I'm an orphan, but I'm not, like, because I have her.